World War II, a tumultuous period in history, ushered in a wave of innovative and unique firearms, many of which were born out of sheer necessity and tactical desperation. While numerous standard-issue weapons of the era are well documented, there exists a niche of rare, sometimes peculiar guns that are less commonly discussed. Delving into this realm reveals intriguing stories of clandestine operations, last-ditch efforts, and inventive engineering. Number 1. The Well-Rod Pistol. The Well-Rod pistol stands out not for its firepower or range, but for its incredible stealth. Created by the British during World War II, it was designed with one primary objective: silence. At a time when covert operations were paramount, the Well-Rod was the epitome of a specialist's tool. Field reports and post-war accounts confirm its effective use in various operations. There's a tale of a resistance fighter eliminating an enemy officer in a crowded bar without anyone noticing. While the authenticity of such stories can be debated, they underscore the weapon's intended function and efficacy. The Well-Rod's design emphasized ease of manufacture. It had a minimal number of components, making it feasible to produce even in clandestine workshops under occupied territories. Moreover, its non-reflective finish and lack of any markings made it hard to trace back to any specific origin. While it might not be as iconic as the Thompson submachine gun or the Luger pistol, the Well-Rod has its unique place in World War II history. A silent witness to covert operations and secret missions, it exemplified the lengths to which engineers and soldiers went to adapt to the challenges of warfare. Though it saw limited production and distribution, its presence was felt most acutely by those on its silent receiving end. Number 2. Colibri 2.7 mm Pistol. When one imagines firearms from World War II, the imagery that often emerges is of powerful rifles, rapid-firing submachine guns, and sturdy pistols. Yet, nestled amidst this arsenal of lethal weaponry, there existed a curious anomaly: the Colibri 2.7 mm pistol. Its name, derived from the German word for hummingbird, is a fitting testament to its minuscule size. Despite its shortcomings, the Colibri is a marvel of engineering. Crafting a firearm and cartridge of such a small scale while ensuring they functioned reliably was no small feat. Each pistol was meticulously produced with a level of craftsmanship reminiscent of fine watchmaking. This was no mass-produced weapon. Each Colibri was a testament to Fannel's skill and attention to detail. By the onset of World War II, the Colibri had largely fallen out of favor. Its production had ceased by the 1930s, and its novelty appeal had waned. Yet, tales persist of the Colibri being found on some European battlefields. Whether these were personal keepsakes or desperate measures in the face of ammunition shortages remains a topic of speculation. What cannot be debated, however, is the intrigue it commands as one of the rarest firearms of the era. The Colibri 2.7 mm pistol serves as a reminder that amidst the vast theaters of war, there are pockets of peculiar innovation and craftsmanship. In the grand narrative of World War II weaponry, it might be a footnote, but it's a captivating one. A tiny titan in its own right, the Colibri challenges our conventional understanding of firearms and underscores the vast spectrum of weaponry produced during those tumultuous years. Number 3. FP-45 Liberator. At the zenith of World War II, when factories churned out weapons by the thousands and innovation was a race against time, a peculiar and distinctive firearm emerged from the backdrop of standardized warfare: the FP-45 Liberator. Less of an embodiment of finesse and more a symbol of mass production, its very essence was to arm the masses and inspire resistance against the Axis powers. The FP-45 was a single-shot pistol, chambered for the .45 ACP cartridge. Its design was incredibly rudimentary: a smooth bore barrel, a rudimentary grip, and an absence of any traditional sights. This was a gun designed for simplicity and mass production. Conceived by the U.S. military, the purpose of the Liberator wasn't for frontline soldiers. Instead, it was intended to be airdropped in occupied territories, landing in the hands of resistance fighters and civilians behind enemy lines. What makes the FP-45 Liberator captivating isn't its engineering prowess or battlefield dominance, but its strategic intent and symbolism. Here was a weapon that was, in many ways, psychological warfare incarnate. Its very existence and distribution threatened to arm the oppressed, turning every civilian into a potential insurgent. In retrospect, while the FP-45 Liberator may not have lived up to its grandiose aspirations, it remains a remarkable artifact from a time of unparalleled global conflict. It's a testament to the lengths nations went in their strategic endeavors, blurring the lines between direct combat and psychological warfare. The Liberator is not just a gun, but a narrative of hope, resistance, and the unpredictability of warfare. Number 4. Sedgley OSS .38 Glove Pistol. In the vast spectrum of World War II armaments, some weapons were crafted for broad theaters of war, while others were designed with singular, specialized objectives in mind. Nestled in this niche of focused weaponry lies the Sedgley OSS .38 Glove Pistol, a firearm as unique in function as it is in appearance, epitomizing covert operations and clandestine tactics. Developed by the U.S. Navy's Sedgley Division, this peculiar firearm was tailored for the Office of Strategic Services, OSS, which would later evolve into the modern Central Intelligence Agency, CIA. Its primary user base comprised operatives working behind enemy lines, with missions demanding stealth, surprise, and close-quarters engagements. At a cursory glance, the Sedgley glove pistol might appear like a contraption from a spy novel. It was a small, single-shot, break-action pistol, chambered for the .38 special cartridge. Yet, what distinguished it from other firearms was its mounting mechanism. The weapon was fixed to a rigid leather glove. The operative would wear this glove, and upon making a fist and delivering a punch, the gun would fire. This close-quarters weapon was intended for situations where surprise and immediacy were paramount, yet its very existence offers insights into the lengths intelligence agencies went to equip their operatives. In the unpredictable realm of espionage, adaptability and innovation were paramount. The Sedgley OSS .38 glove pistol exemplifies this ethos, pushing the boundaries of what constituted a firearm. Today, this weapon remains a fascinating relic of World War II, reminding us of the covert battles fought in the shadows of the broader conflict. While it might not have the iconic status of other wartime firearms, the Sedgley glove pistol encapsulates a moment in history when espionage, innovation, and urgency converged, birthing a weapon as audacious as the missions it was designed for. Number 5. Japanese Type 99 Light Machine Gun. Amidst the myriad of machine guns produced during World War II, the Japanese Type 99 light machine gun stands as a testament to Japan's determination to modernize its infantry weaponry, offering insights into the nation's military priorities and technological advancements during this tumultuous period. Derived from the earlier Type 96 light machine gun, the Type 99 was a response to changing battlefields. As war tactics evolved and the limitations of existing armaments became apparent, the Japanese Imperial Army recognized a need for a machine gun that could handle the newer, more potent 7.7 mm round, as opposed to the 6.5 mm cartridge used in the Type 96. Visually, the Type 99 bore a significant resemblance to its predecessor, characterized by its top-mounted magazine and a distinctive finned barrel. However, beneath this familiar exterior lay a myriad of improvements. The weapon was designed to be robust, reliable, and more effective at longer ranges, attributes that would be indispensable in the diverse terrains of the Pacific Theater. While the Type 99 boasted several advanced features, it wasn't without its challenges. The complexities of its design and the demand for high manufacturing standards meant that as the war dragged on and resources became scarce, the quality of the produced units began to wane. Some later models exhibited manufacturing shortcuts, which sometimes compromised reliability. In the grand tapestry of World War II weaponry, the Japanese Type 99 light machine gun serves as a symbol of Japan's ambition and adaptability. While it faced challenges, both in design and production, it was a machine gun that sought to address the diverse and evolving needs of the modern battlefield. Whether defending island perimeters or engaging in dense jungle skirmishes, the Type 99 was an integral part of the Japanese infantryman's arsenal, echoing the relentless spirit and tenacity of those who wielded it. Number 6. VG-15 Last-Ditch Rifle. As World War II raged on and the tide began to turn against Nazi Germany, the nation's military leadership found themselves facing an impending crisis. Their once mighty industrial complexes were now heavily targeted by Allied bombing raids, and resources were stretched thin. Out of sheer desperation and the urgency to arm the Volkssturm, Germany's national militia, a series of simplified weapons were conceived, one of which was the VG-15, a symbol of the last-ditch efforts of a crumbling regime. The VG-15, also known as the Volkssturmgewehr 1-5, was far removed from the sophisticated firearms Germany had produced earlier in the war. The design's emphasis was on ease of manufacture, utilizing stamped metal parts and minimizing machining operations. It was a semi-automatic rifle, chambered for the 7.92 x 33mm Kurz cartridge, feeding from the same detachable magazines used by the more well-known STG-44 assault rifle. At a glance, the VG-15 betrayed its hasty design origins. It possessed a crude appearance, lacking the refined aesthetics of more traditionally crafted firearms. However, in its simplicity lay its purpose: to be produced rapidly, in vast quantities, and to arm a civilian militia that was becoming Germany's last line of defense. In the final months of the war, the VG-15, along with other last-ditch weapons, began to see distribution among the Volkssturm units. Yet their impact on the war's outcome was minimal. Many of these weapons ended up discarded, hidden away, or lost amidst the chaos of a collapsing nation. The VG-15 serves as a poignant reminder of the final days of Nazi Germany, a time of desperation, urgency, and the bleak reality of an impending defeat. Beyond its role as a firearm, it stands as a testament to the lengths to which a nation might go when pushed to its limits and the compromises it would make in its darkest hour. Number 7. Charlton Automatic Rifle. Across the vast expanse of the Pacific and on the islands that pepper it, the theaters of war during World War II saw an eclectic array of weaponry. Among these, the Charlton Automatic Rifle, emerging from the distant shores of New Zealand, holds a special place. Not just a weapon, but a narrative of ingenuity, the Charlton Automatic Rifle reflects the improvisational spirit of nations under threat. Originally, New Zealand's military was equipped with the Lee-Enfield bolt-action rifles. But as the war progressed and the threat of a Japanese invasion loomed larger, there arose an urgent need for automatic firearms. Importing such weapons in sufficient quantities proved challenging due to logistical issues and the sheer distances involved. Enter Philip Charlton, an engineer who proposed a solution: to convert the existing bolt-action Lee-Enfield rifles into automatic ones. The transformation was nothing short of remarkable. Charlton's design involved attaching a gas piston system beneath the barrel, rerouting some of the propellant gas to cycle the action. Additionally, a distinctive curved magazine was added, providing a higher ammunition capacity. The resulting firearm was capable of both semi-automatic and fully automatic fire, dramatically increasing the rate of fire compared to its original bolt-action configuration. Around 1,500 of these converted rifles were produced, primarily destined for Home Guard units in New Zealand. While they never saw combat against the anticipated Japanese invasion, their presence provided a much-needed boost to the morale of the defenders. The Charlton Automatic Rifle stands as a testament to innovation born from necessity. In the grand annals of World War II firearms, it may be a lesser-known entity, but its significance is undeniable. At its core, the Charlton tells a story of resilience, adaptability, and the undying spirit of nations determined to defend their homeland, even when faced with overwhelming odds and limited resources. Number 8. British Delisle Carbine. The landscape of World War II weaponry is replete with tales of ingenuity and innovation, but few firearms evoke an aura of mystique quite like the British Delisle Carbine. Born out of a unique set of requirements, this weapon became synonymous with silence, secrecy, and stealth, making it one of the war's most intriguing specialized firearms. In the early 1940s, as clandestine operations and sabotage missions gained prominence, the British military recognized the need for a quiet, efficient firearm. While suppressed pistols were in use, their range and firepower were often found wanting. The solution came in the form of the Delisle Carbine, a weapon that seamlessly melded the Lee-Enfield rifle's robustness, the .45 ACP cartridge's stopping power, and an integrally built suppressor's silence. The Delisle's design was a masterclass in adaptation. At its heart lay a Lee Enfield SML Mech 3 asterisk rifle, but its original chambering was replaced to accommodate the subsonic .45 ACP cartridge. This choice was deliberate. The slow-moving .45 ACP round generated minimal sonic crack, making it an ideal candidate for suppression. Feeding the carbine was a modified magazine from the M1911 pistol, further emphasizing the weapon's hybrid nature. However, the true genius of the Delisle was its suppressor. Unlike modern suppressors that are often detachable, the Delisle's was integrally built, covering a significant portion of the barrel. This design ensured that the escaping gases were effectively cooled and diffused, achieving an astonishing level of sound reduction. In practice, the bolt's action cycling was often louder than the shot itself, rendering the Delisle virtually whisper quiet. Such stealth made the Delisle carbine an asset in the hands of special forces and resistance fighters. Its silent operation made it perfect for clandestine operations, ambushes, and assassinations. However, this specialty also meant that the carbine was produced in limited numbers, with estimates suggesting fewer than 150 were ever made. Despite its limited production, the Delisle left an indelible mark on the annals of military firearms. It was not just a gun, it was a symbol of the shadow wars fought behind enemy lines, where silence was as potent a weapon as firepower. In many ways, the Delisle carbine encapsulated the essence of World War II's covert battles, a quiet, unseen force that, when deployed correctly, had the power to change the course of larger conflicts. Number 9. Russian AVT-40 automatic rifle. As World War II ushered in an era of rapid military innovation, the Soviet Union, faced with the onslaught of the German Wehrmacht, sought to equip its Red Army with modern automatic weaponry. One such attempt was the AVT-40, a select-fire derivative of the iconic Mosin-Nagant rifle, which demonstrated the urgency and the challenges of such a transition in the crucible of war. Introduced in 1942, the AVT-40 was born out of necessity. Its semi-automatic cousin, the SVT-40, had been in service but was complicated and expensive to manufacture. The idea behind the AVT-40 was to provide an automatic capability, increasing the volume of fire individual soldiers could lay down. The AVT-40 retained the 7.62x54 mmER chambering of the SVT-40, a potent round renowned for its performance at long ranges. However, this high-power cartridge proved problematic when combined with automatic fire. The recoil was significant, making controlled bursts difficult, and the wear and tear on the rifle was substantial, leading to reliability issues. Additionally, the scarcity of materials during the war meant that the quality of produced rifles was inconsistent. Many frontline soldiers preferred the simpler, more robust Mosin-Nagant, despite its slower rate of fire. By 1943, due to its issues and the arrival of superior firearms like the PPSH-41 submachine gun, production of the AVT-40 ceased. Number 10. Corsac EM1 carbine. In the latter stages of World War II, amid the chaos and destruction, the seeds of a new generation of firearms were being sown. The Corsac EM1 carbine was one such prototype that hinted at the future direction of infantry rifles, though it never progressed beyond the testing phase. The EM1 was an early attempt by Soviet engineer Alexei Korsak to design an assault rifle chambered in the intermediate 7.62 by 39 mm cartridge. This new round, less powerful than a traditional rifle cartridge but more potent than a pistol round, was the same used in the later AK-47. The EM1 boasted a few innovative features for its time. It used a short-stroke gas piston system, something seen in many modern rifles, and a tilting bolt mechanism. It had a selective fire capability, allowing for both semi-automatic and fully automatic fire. While the EM1 did not enter mass production, it was an important stepping stone in the development of Soviet small arms. The concept of a selective fire rifle chambered for an intermediate cartridge was revolutionary and would come to redefine infantry warfare in the post-World War II era. Number 11. Nambu Type 94 pistol. The Nambu Type 94 pistol, hailing from Japan, stands out not for its excellence, but rather for its notorious design flaws and its unique appearance. Developed in 1934 and named after its year of adoption in the Japanese calendar, the Type 94 was designed by Kijiro Nambu, an accomplished arms designer whose previous works were well regarded. Designed to be a compact sidearm for officers, tank crews, and pilots, the Type 94 fired the 8x22 MAM Nambu cartridge from a 6-round magazine. The pistol had a distinct look, with a shrouded hammer and a protruding sear bar on the left side of the frame. This sear bar became a point of contention, as pressing it inadvertently could discharge the weapon without pulling the trigger, posing a significant safety risk. Beyond its questionable safety, the Type 94 was not particularly ergonomic or user-friendly. Many Western experts and soldiers who encountered it during and after the war criticized its awkward grip, difficult disassembly, and overall unreliable performance. Nevertheless, owing to wartime exigencies and the pressing need for weapons, approximately 70,000 Type 94 pistols were produced. Many were issued to Japanese forces throughout the war, from the humid jungles of Southeast Asia to the Pacific Islands. Number 12. Italian TZ-45 submachine gun. While Italy is often remembered for iconic firearms like the Beretta M1934 or the Carcano rifle, the lesser-known TZ-45 submachine gun is a testament to Italian ingenuity in the face of wartime constraints. Developed during the final years of World War II, the TZ-45 was a last-ditch effort to equip Italian partisans and later post-war police units. The weapon was a simple blowback design chambered for the 9x19mm Parabellum cartridge, capable of firing 600 rounds per minute from a 40-round detachable box magazine. What set the TZ-45 apart was its dual-fire mode selector, which allowed for both single shots and automatic fire, a rarity for submachine guns of the time. Built largely from stamped steel to expedite production, the TZ-45 was a rugged and reliable weapon. However, its introduction came too late in the war to see widespread service. Only around 6,000 were made, and with the end of World War II, production ceased. Some found their way to insurgent groups in the post-war era, while others served with Italian police units before being phased out. Number 13. Japanese Type II paratrooper rifle. Amidst the myriad of innovations that World War II brought to the world of firearms, the necessity of adapting weapons for specific combat roles became evident. The Japanese Type II paratrooper rifle is a prime example, crafted with the express purpose of serving airborne forces during their operations. The Type II was essentially a modified version of the standard Arisaka Type 99 bolt-action rifle, chambered in the 7x58 mm cartridge. Its most distinctive feature was its ability to be broken down into two separate sections for ease of transport during parachute drops. The rifle could be quickly disassembled and reassembled by the soldier, allowing paratroopers to jump without the unwieldy length of a full rifle. This takedown design, with its unique quick-release bolt and receiver join, was both innovative and functional. Once on the ground, Japanese paratroopers could swiftly assemble the rifle and engage in combat, eliminating the need for separate drop containers for weapons. However, the Type II was introduced relatively late in the war in 1942, and only around 21,000 were produced. By the time of its deployment, Japan's strategic situation had shifted, and large-scale paratrooper operations were infrequent. As a result, while the rifle was a notable piece of engineering, it saw limited combat use. Number 14, Volkssturmgewehr VG-2 rifle. As Germany faced its impending defeat in World War II, the urgency to arm its civilian population for a last-ditch defense led to the creation of the Volkssturmgewehr, People's Assault Rifle series. Among these, the VG-2 stands out as a symbol of wartime desperation and pragmatic design. The VG-2 was a bolt-action rifle, chambered for the 7.92 by 57 mm Mauser cartridge. Built using minimal resources, it employed stamped metal parts and rudimentary wooden stocks. The focus was on simplicity and ease of production rather than refinement or long-term durability. Its design leaned heavily on the K98 Mauser action, but with significant simplifications. The rifle featured a simple fixed rear sight and lacked the standard safety or a bolt hold-open mechanism. Despite its crude construction, the VG-2 was functional and reliable, embodying the ethos of producing good enough weapons quickly. However, its impact on the war was minimal. Introduced in early 1945, the the VG2 came too late to significantly affect the war's outcome. While exact numbers are unclear, it's estimated that around 10,000 VG2 rifles were produced before the war's end. Today, it remains a relic of Germany's final days in World War II, a testament to the extremes nations will go to in the face of overwhelming adversity. Number 15. Swiss SK-46 Semi-Automatic Rifle. In the vast tapestry of World War II firearms, Switzerland's neutral stance allowed it a unique position. The nation, renowned for its watchmaking precision, translated the same meticulous attention to detail into its weaponry. Among the lesser-known but technically fascinating arms from this era is the Swiss SK-46 semi-automatic rifle. The SK-46 was born out of a desire to modernize the Swiss armed forces' weaponry, particularly given the advancements being made by neighboring countries. Switzerland, with its tradition of universal conscription and a citizen militia, placed great importance on having a reliable, efficient rifle for its soldiers. Until the introduction of the SK-46, the Swiss primarily relied on their bolt-action Schmidt-Reuben rifles, which, while precise and reliable, lacked the rate of fire advantage of semi-automatic designs. Swiss engineer Gotthard End developed the SK-46. At its heart, the rifle was a gas-operated, semi-automatic design, using a tilting bolt mechanism reminiscent of the Soviet Tokarev SVT-38 and SVT-40 rifles. However, the SK-46 boasted several innovative features, showcasing Swiss engineering prowess. In the end, the SK-46 did not see mass production or widespread adoption. Only a limited number were manufactured, mostly for trials and testing. Switzerland would continue its search for a semi-automatic rifle, eventually adopting the Sturmgewehr 57 in the post-war era. However, the legacy of the SK-46 is not just in its engineering feats. It represents Switzerland's proactive approach to defense during one of Europe's most tumultuous times. While not embroiled in the conflict, the Swiss understood the importance of staying ahead in the arms race, ensuring they were well prepared to defend their sovereignty. Today, the SK-46 remains a prized collectible, a testament to Swiss